Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Never Mind the Buy Box. My name is Natalie Cromie, and I am the content director here at the Secret Wealth Project. And tonight, I am joined by the founder of the Secret Wealth Project, Mr. Matthew Webley. Hello.
I usually don't get called Matthew Webley unless somebody's telling me off. Holly's telling me off, or a teacher's telling me off, or something. Not that I've had a teacher tell me off for a while, but yeah, here I am.
Well, I'll call my Matthew when he's in trouble, and often the guys, I think in ESA, refer to me as headmistress Natalie as well. So I think I've got that. It's the hair. I think I've got that Miss Trunchbull look about me. Definitely.
I'm getting told off. Cool.
Yeah, getting told off. Definitely. No, you're not in trouble tonight because you've turned up and you're here, so you're not in trouble. Definitely. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to log into the comments. We were chatting away beforehand, so I haven't jumped into them on my phone. Guys, can you let me know if you can see and hear us all right? Kay's joined us. Good evening. Good evening, Natalie. Good to see you, Matt Webley. Not sure who said that. Karen's joined us. Good evening, Karen. Hi, Ruth. Bit slow off the mark there tonight on YouTube. Normally, Ruth is first with the hellos. I still actually can't get into the video. Oh, it's Ash that said, here we go. Ash that said, yeah, it's good to see you, Matt, actually. Do you know what? As I was doing that intro, I suddenly realised, because obviously, we've been doing this for 18 months now, never mind the buy box. You know, you've been doing, I know, it's a lot. Do you know, it might even be longer than that, actually. Because of COVID, I can't remember. But yeah, we've been doing it for a really, really long time. And do you know what I thought about the other, literally a few minutes ago? Was I've never actually just had you on here. We won't do it tonight because I want to talk about other things with Matt. But I've never actually had you on here just to do like an interview with you and about, how you got started and everything like that. Because I think it's been so long since you've done that type of thing. Because when you first started Secret Wealth Project, obviously, you used to do that, talk about your backstory quite a lot and things like that. But there's been so many, I mean, there's probably people watching tonight or maybe don't even know who you are. Exactly. So yeah. I think, if you guys would be up for it, I think that would be good if you're up for it as well, Matt, at some point.
I'm definitely up for it. Aidan interviewed me. The last interview I had was Aidan and it went really well. I've had a couple of people message me and said they really enjoyed it. And the one before that, I can't remember. It's a million years ago. But no, I always enjoy sharing stuff. I think those interviews are good or bad based on what questions you get. But that was a good one. So, yeah, I'm well up for it.
Okay, good. We will definitely put that in the diary. Yeah. Matt Cromie says, I remember, Matt. Ruth says she was late tonight. Let us know any questions. Obviously, we're going. It's a bit sticky on the internet. I don't know if it's me or I don't know if it's Facebook or whatever. John Stevenson's joined us. Good evening, John. Hi, Paul. Hi, Jane. Hi, Donna. Got a few people jumping on, which is good to hear. So yeah, how are you? It's like I said, it's been like a month since we've seen you on here, something like that.
Yeah, I went live in the group earlier. I don't know if you saw me. But
I did see it, but I didn't tune in purely because I'm just trying to keep the kids happy at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I've been live twice today, which is crazy.
Oh, I didn't see you go live in here.
Yeah.
I thought you go live on your own Facebook page.
Oh, maybe I'd done it on the wrong thing then. I meant to do it in here. I thought I did it in here. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I didn't think it was in here. I don't know.
It might not have been. I don't know where it was. Maybe I got it wrong. I don't know. I thought it was in here. But yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Very good. Still wrestling with the nonsense, but kind of enjoying it at the same time, which I thought I'd never say. Not enjoying the consequences of the nonsense, but enjoying the fact that we are kind of living in a bad psychological thriller B movie. I'm kind of enjoying the drama of it all. And if nobody knows what I'm talking about, it's probably best. Yeah, I'm getting to the point whereby I'm embracing it. I'm open arms embracing it and accepting it. And I'm all right. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
If that all seems a bit weird, then yeah.
I think that's one of those, if you know situations. I don't know. I kind of know what you're talking about. I think a little bit. But it's one of those things. I mean, we had a conversation last week about it all, and I think you were surprised with some of the stuff that I was saying about the whole COVID situation. We're not going to talk about that.
I wasn't going to say that word.
No. Oh no, no, that's fine. But yeah, I think. But now we are a house of COVID. Matt has tested positive.
You said it again. You said it again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, why am I not allowed to say it?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I think you're fine as long as you don't question the narrative. You'll be fine.
Okay, maybe this video will get loads of views if I say the line, I believe that COVID is really true and the government is doing absolutely the right thing. And maybe we'll get like lots of views after that, lots of propaganda. But I won't go.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to go down that route. Anyway, moving on. Ramel's joined us. Good evening. Who else is there? James has joined us. Ruth said, I found one of Matt's old videos on YouTube, and from there I found Secret Wealth Project. See, it is great because I know Ruth, obviously Ruth has been around for a little while, but she's not like someone that's been on the scene ever since you started. So it's good to know that those videos are still reaching new audiences now. There is going to be some new videos coming soon from a new arbitrage course that I'm going to be creating completely free of charge for anyone that wants to get into arbitrage. And I also think it's going to be good for people that have been doing it for a little while as well, because I think that there is some really good content on YouTube. Don't get me wrong, but there's also some really outdated content on.
I think I know you've been talking about it for a while. I don't know where you're at with it, but I think if and when you get this free course out, it will be the best free course that has ever been made in online arbitrage. That's what I think. And maybe that's putting expectations quite high, but I think you'll do an amazing job. And I agree. Most of the content out there now is quite outdated. And most of the people making free stuff out there right now is quite outdated. So even though they're making it now. So yeah, I can't wait to see that.
No, it's one of those things I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been putting it together, I've been getting it going. See, my biggest problem is I won't put stuff out unless I think it's perfect, and I won't put stuff. And I think the reason why you think that it's going to be good is because I don't write short courses.
No, I think it would I just think you've brought a level of detail, and I dare say everything you do, other than sharing news and sharing like light-hearted banter, I think everything you do starts at intermediate level. So like an intermediate advanced. So I think anybody that's in Elite Sellers Academy will know the quality of the information you've brought and how much extra money they've made that they would have never have made had you not have put that content out there. So I think I know, because I see it all. I see the moving parts, and I know what vanilla arbitrage was before. I know what everybody was doing before, and I know what the smart people are doing now. And what the smart people are doing now, they've learned from you, whether they'd admit it or not. They have. So I think when you bring out a free beginners course, it will be next level.
I think, do you know what I think it is actually? And the guys from ESA will probably know this. And if they haven't figured this out by now, I've still got a really strong passion for Amazon. And there are things that Amazon does that drive me absolutely nuts, compared to anyone else. But I actually think Amazon's a modern marvel in terms of, how to start a business online and all these different types of things. And the thing is, online arbitrage, I think, is an amazing way to start Amazon, and it's an amazing business. And I think now more than ever, there's fantastic opportunities in online arbitrage with the type of things that we look at in Elite Sellers. It does dive deeper into Amazon and understanding Amazon and understanding their protocols and how they work and all these different types of things. And there's a lot of sales psychology that goes on. And hopefully the guys from Elite Sellers will agree with this, that when I go into talking about that type of stuff, I find it fascinating. I find it so interesting. I love diving deep into understanding what makes the customer tick and why someone would buy something. And that's really important when you're looking at, especially creating your own opportunities. So I think, it comes first and foremost from having that passion and learning.
And your passion shines through in this game in a way that most other people don't. I see so many people come into this space, putting content out there. They soon get bored and then they're off wanting to do other things. You see it time and time again, but you're not that. Which is why, like you're one of the prominent voices in the scene, because you love it, and it shines through that you love it. Like, you're passionate about it, you believe in it, you've taken it to the next level, and everybody that learns from you benefits from that. So, yeah. I'm bigging you up tonight now, aren't I? I'm bigging you up.
I hate it. Right, let's move on to something else. Right, let's move on to something else. Hayden, bless him, just said, I just launched my first PL type own brand listing on Amazon after Nat's help in ESA. Thank you for mentioning that, Hayden. That's lovely. Ruth, Nat is queen of Amazon. Nah, I hate saying that. But yeah, thank you, Ruth. That's lovely.
Queen of Amazon, did she say?
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Hayden says it would be amazing. Right. Sean said, actually, this is a good point to talk about. Sean said, did someone say eBay fulfillment coming to us soon? Apparently.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers, but a couple of months back, I broke the news. I don't think anybody had broke it before me, but I broke the news that eBay weren't just tickling the sides, but they'd actually launched a beta eBay fulfillment program. And these big sellers that I knew or know leaked the documents to me, to which I leaked to you guys. So if you're in the Secret Wealth Project, you'd have seen those things shared. But it looks like they're rolling that out even wider, aren't they, Nat?
I believe so. So it's going to be a real thing. It's coming. I don't know a huge amount about it, to be perfectly honest. But I
know somebody that does. I know somebody that does. Do you know somebody that does?
I do know someone that does, and that is Matthew Wright. And he is so excited about this. He thinks it's going to be a game changer. He thinks it's going to change the way eBay is perceived more than anything else, because I think that's the thing that surprised me. In my post today in the group, I was talking about the fact, since Matthew did his free training and I helped him with his eBay course last year. Was it last year or this year? I can't remember now. Yeah, God, time just morphing into one another. Matt and I went through and we said, look, we've been selling on Amazon for a long time. We've got a lot of surplus stock. Let's go through and give eBay a go. And we hadn't sold on eBay for 20 years. It's how I first got into internet marketing, which was selling on eBay, like most people at the time. But we hadn't sold on eBay for years. We'd forgotten about it. And last time we sold on eBay, it was a bunch of old crap, to be perfectly honest, that was, being sold on there. And so, when Matthew came along,
Fleabay, that's what they called it, isn't it? Fleabay.
Yeah, Fleabay, exactly. And it was something I just never really thought about, even though the whole time, a bit like my Matt, similar to you, Matt buys a lot from eBay himself, but, and not just, crappy secondhand stuff. He buys, good stuff.
I don't buy anything secondhand from eBay, but I occasionally buy. And when I say occasionally, more often than I buy from Amazon, I occasionally buy brand new products from eBay, because if it's unbranded stuff, eBay is 9 out of 10 times better priced in my experience. And the service, the delivery and everything is just as fast. That's my experience. But yeah, your Matt likes buying from eBay, don't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So he will buy a lot of his stuff, and he will buy a lot of that, like I said, unbranded stuff, and he'll buy it from eBay over Amazon in a lot of cases, because I don't know why. I don't think I ever really asked him. But then we went through and we looked at it, and we did Matthew's course, and we were like, okay, we can't send this stuff into Amazon, because either there have been returns or there'd been stuff that we'd bought it and it received an IP claim, or it got a bit dodgy or whatever. But I'm talking, thousands and thousands of pounds worth of stock and things like that's just sat there doing nothing. So we decided to get set up and not just, give eBay a go. We followed exactly what Matthew said in his course, and we gave it a proper go in terms of, going out of the steps and things like that and putting it all together. And I've got to be honest, I'm really surprised by the results. Now, I'm not going to say that we're 7-figure eBay sellers or anything like that whatsoever. No, we're not. But, we're up to the point now where we're selling about 30 odd items a day, which is pretty good. That's not too bad. And really surprised at the stuff that we're selling. Every time we go to list something, Matt's like, this will never sell. This will never sell. And bam, it sells. And it sells for more than it's going on Amazon. So it's a lot of price tank stuff. It's a lot of stuff that, we couldn't sell for whatever reason. There'd been an IP warning with inauthentic claims. We'd had to remove them or whatever. Surplus stock, stuff that we'd bought out on free removals, things like that. Just general returns. There were some that were secondhand stuff, but most of it was pristine, brand new, able to sell in a new condition. And like I said, really surprised me were what people are prepared to buy on eBay. And I don't know if it's because people have kind of forgotten about eBay and been reintroduced to eBay as this new kind of place, or there's probably people in this world that never even knew that they could buy these sort of stuff off of eBay before. I don't know, but
I think you just inadvertently dropped a gold nugget there that the good listeners amongst you might have picked up on. What I liked, I mean, everybody knows, or not everybody, but most people know that returns, if they've been like bashed up packaging or they've opened them up or something like that, throw it on eBay and you can usually get rid of it. But what you just said is price tag listings as well, which I find interesting. So, and you said a bunch of other stuff. So basically, if it's a problem seller, if there's any problems on Amazon, you can usually, with the right strategies, throw it on eBay and get better prices and shift it in a way that you couldn't on Amazon. So that's good.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, we're not even trying to sell on eBay at this stage. Yeah. We've gone ahead and we've bought our first replenishable product, which was actually a product that tanked on tanked on Amazon, never really recovered, bought it back through free removals, sold it on eBay. I think we had about 30 to 40 of them in stock, something like that. Bought it back on free removals. Sold it on eBay. The price that we sold it for was more than we got it on Amazon, or more than it was selling for on Amazon. So now we've just reordered that to sell on eBay. So it's going to be like an eBay replen. Now, I'm not ever saying that, eBay is going to be a massive income stream for us. But at the same time, everything that we're developing for the future, it is amazing to be able to have, one, a backup platform, that if something was to ever go wrong, and we know this from Matthew's story as well, that he's managed to develop it into not just a selling returns on eBay, but he sources for eBay.
Proper income stream. And it's like 30 or 40% of his business is eBay. And he's a big Amazon seller. But 30-40% of his business is eBay. And he started that from getting suspended as well, didn't he?
Getting suspended, yeah, in Q4.
In Q4, so he got suspended. I mean, he's best off telling nightmares. Yeah, he's best off telling you the story. But imagine Q4's come in. Imagine you've got these big plans. You've got all your stock in. You're all invested. You're all excited, thinking I'm going to crush this. I've really, really played it well this year. And then boom, suspension hits, and you can't sell anything, and you've got no other platform to fall back on. So he jumped on eBay and built up. It's hundreds of thousands of pounds a year to his business, because he's pushing for 2 million and 2 million in sales a year.
Yeah.
And looping back to what you were saying now, or what we were saying, is this eBay fulfilled by eBay program.
Yeah, that's what we were originally talking about. Yeah.
Not just for huge sellers in a beta way. They are talking about rolling it out en masse. And I should say that we've got Matthew Wright coming on. Is it about a week or so's time now?
Yeah, I think just over a week to do some free training.
So he's gonna do a free training, and he's gonna tell you all about it. I've seen the slide for it and stuff, and I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, ooh, that's
something a bit different. Something a bit different relating to eBay, which I don't think many people have spotted the opportunity in the market. So I think this is going to be something that people who definitely want to get into selling on eBay, expanding their income streams, and really diversifying, not off of Amazon. I always say this because I know people say, oh, you need to diversify off of Amazon. No, you don't need to diversify off of Amazon. You need to do everything else in exactly the same time in addition to Amazon.
Yeah, I think when people say that, they mean
I think
to build another. I don't think they mean get rid. I think they mean,
I don't know.
If I ever say diversify off of something, I mean in addition to.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm not the best with English, so I don't know.
Psychologically, for me, that means either or. Funnily enough,
yeah. Whenever I've said it, I mean both. Yeah, you definitely don't want to stop doing Amazon. Why would you? Amazon's, as much as eBay is a great and almost forgotten sales platform for e-com sellers, and people that remember it and use it leverage it massively, make loads of money. Amazon's still got something like 20 or 30 times the amount of sales.
Yeah.
So, but that makes it sound terrible. But I think eBay sells like 10 billion a year or something. Not 10 million. 10 billion, which, unless my maths is incorrect, is 10,000 million. It's a lot of sales, and you could capture some of that. But Matthew's going to do a free training next week, is it, Nat? But announcement for that to come soon.
Yeah, announcements for that to come. So an opportunity for you guys to all sign up and watch what he's going to talk about his story and things like that. But, you know, some free training, because if there is ever a time to diversify on to another platform, then you know, now's the time to do it with Q4. And I hate to say it, and I think sometimes people think I'm a bit of a Debbie Downer and I talk about things, I hope I don't talk about things in a negative light. I like to think I'm realistic with everything that's going on with the restock limits and things like that. I think having that backup platform, there was a massive wave today or yesterday of declaration of conformity documents for toys and other categories. First time we've seen that as well. So I think it's just going to offer, if anything else, that safety net, that if you are stuck with thousands, I mean, Matt's watching, I'd hate to think, I reckon, you know, probably somewhere in our warehouse, you know, we've stock that was just sat on the shelves. I reckon 10 grand's worth, maybe, just doing nothing. Just sat there doing nothing. And I bet you, everyone watching this video, everyone that's going to watch the live training next week, I bet most people are in a very similar situation. If you went through and add up the stuff that is sat on your shelves, it probably make you sick a little bit, how much money is sat there. Yeah. So, you know, good opportunity to start with that and, you know, see where it goes from there. But
eBay fulfillment is coming. Matthew knows way more than me or Nat does, and he's going to share that with you next week, folks. So that's cool.
Absolutely. And it'd be interesting to see whether or not the guys that sign up for eBay fulfillment and take eBay seriously, you know, we just got made a top rated seller, which I know is not, you know, like a crazy thing to do, but, you know, you get a discount on fees, you allegedly get, you know, some extra bonuses on things. And like I said, we're not really even trying massively that much on eBay at the moment. But I think what will be interesting to see is when they do the eBay fulfillment, people using that, will it go down the same route as FBA in the sense that they're going to favor people that are utilizing their fulfillment service? Are they going to favor those type of sellers? Is that going to boost the overall kind of appeal of people wanting to sell on eBay, and in turn, you know, increasing the people, that the audience that it's reaching? I think it will. I think it's a really smart move by eBay.
I think if eBay are going to get cut out of it, then I imagine it makes no sense not to boost that. But that's how eBay are going to take on Amazon realistically. They need to do everything Amazon does, at least as well as Amazon does it. And one of the biggest things is taking that blooming FBA and making it FBE. If they do that, they can compete.
We've got to call it, unless they call it something specific, we'll have to call it FBE. We've got to. We'll have to. You can't call it anything else, really.
Oh, FBE, baby.
Yeah, but Matt says eBay is a lot safer for buyers these days, so a lot more trust is being built. Again, you know, I know that that's something that Matt's talked about as well, and Matthew as well, that beforehand you used to, you know, with the negative feedbacks, I think it's a lot fairer now. Buyers and sellers are, you know, more protected, and we know for sure that it's definitely more favorable to sellers than Amazon is, obviously.
Well, we're not bashing Amazon. Amazon's a great platform. It's huge. It's growing all the time. You can leverage it and make real good, significant income. But all we are saying is, look, don't ignore eBay. Most people ignore eBay at their peril, because like Nat's doing 30 units a day and not even trying on eBay. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? I know for a fact, and people that are in this group, people that watch these videos, there are some closet eBayers in this group that are doing some serious turnover, some serious money on eBay. And I don't know what it is because they don't talk about it. It's like, are they trying to keep it a secret? I don't know.
Not sure. Maybe.
You know that's true as well. There are some serious eBay sellers.
Yeah, big time. You don't often hear somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm just making a few thousand on eBay." It's like it's all or nothing. They've either figured it out and they're making fortune, or they're not selling on it. It's like there don't seem to be any in between. And I know you'll say, "Well, I'm not making a fortune," but you're doing 30 units a day without trying. So like anybody that actually does try and apply themselves, they'll actually go, "Wow, there's a decent market here."
Yeah.
And obviously it works slightly different to Amazon as well. So you don't have the same downsides to a certain extent.
No, instant payments as well. Money comes into the bank 24 hours later as well. So again, many of you watching will, some of you will still have the old style Amazon accounts where you do get 24-hour disbursements. I did hear a rumor that they're maybe going to get rid of the old style disbursement accounts, but we won't talk about that tonight anyway. But yeah, so for a lot of you, that will help increase cash flow and things like that. Daniel says, yeah, eBay's terrible. Don't bother coming.
Daniel's one of them. He's one of the silent gazillionaires sniping on eBay.
Absolutely. Right, let's read a few comments before we go ahead. But yeah, keep an eye in the group, guys. I will post an invite to the training that I think is going to happen sometime next week, but we will confirm. All I'll say is it's probably not going to be on a Tuesday because we need, never mind the buy box, or a Thursday because I do elite sellers. So it'll be one of the other days in between, maybe. So Sean says, I really need to figure out how much extra Amazon charged me to fulfill an FBA order to an eBay customer trying to sell lots of FBA stock. Say it costs £4 when I create fulfillment. Does that include all fees or is it an extra figure as well? So you're talking about multi-channel fulfillment, Sean. So that's a separate fee. So you get charged your standard referral fees. You don't get charged the FBA fee. You get charged the separate multi-channel fulfillment fee. So if you look that up on the rate card, has it gone on to buy?
Amazon will charge him for the fulfillment of it, but not the sale of it, not the referral fee of it or whatever. eBay will charge the fee for selling.
No, sorry, did I say that around the wrong way?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, sorry, I said it around the wrong way. Yeah.
I don't know if you said it the wrong way. I think you said it the right way now. But as I understand it, eBay just charge you the multi-channel fulfillment fee, which is like for sending it, not for selling it.
No, Amazon charge the multi-channel fulfillment. They don't charge the referral. Sorry, I said it the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I didn't mean to. I didn't think I was correcting you. I thought I was reiterating what you were saying. But yeah.
No. But good job you did. I said it round the wrong way. So yeah, it's multi-channel fulfillment fee that you pay, which is very similar to. It's the opposite if you were merchant fulfilling, where you would only pay the referral fee. So just look that up on the rate card. All of the details are there. So it's, just look it up. And Amazon have actually reduced the cost of multi-channel fulfillment as well in the last couple of months to take it. They did it to coincide with the restock limits as
Probably trying to get rid of stock big time for Q4 so they can get some selling stock in instead of a load of people's boxes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It was done. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's multi-channel fulfillment. It's been so expensive for such a long time that a lot of people have forgotten about it. But again, talking about what Matthew's going to talk about, I know he's going to mention it as well next week because it has come down in price a lot. Whether or not it's still comparable to FBA, probably not. It's still going to be more expensive than that. But I think it came down about 30% or something. So it has come down a lot. And I would say I think Jeff knows everything, and I would like to think that he know that eBay fulfillment was close to being launched. So I wouldn't be surprised. It would be really interesting to see if the new multi-channel fulfillment figures are pretty much the same as what it costs to do eBay fulfillment. I would be very surprised.
I don't know if it's anything to do with Jeff. Jeff's busy flying to space. But one of his people will definitely know what's going on in the world. Definitely going to position themselves appropriately, which is why we need competition. It's why it's no good that Amazon just get to run away with everything. We need eBay, we need Walmart, we need, I know Shopify is a different thing, but we need all these other platforms. We need competition to keep things straight with old Jeffy boy whilst he's flying around in space.
And building moon bases, offering to build moon. Did you hear this latest one?
I heard that he was on about paying NASA $3 billion instead of them paying him to win a contract or something like that, and he's suing somebody because they've awarded it to Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's fuming because SpaceX has got the contract, he hasn't, so he's offered them $2 billion. Is it? No, I think it's a $2 billion discount. I don't think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right. I think he's offered them a $2 billion discount to build some sort of moon hub or something like that. And I just sort of think, I don't know, it just cracks me up, all this stuff. It's just, I just think.
I think they're like laying the foundations of the future. I think the space race is super exciting, and I think it's great. So I know you're thinking it's all bonkers now, aren't you? You're just thinking like, what are they thinking?
I think it's boys playing with their rockets.
Listen, mark my words, the world's first trillionaire. I mean, it probably happens sooner anyway, but if it doesn't happen sooner, and it's going to be one of those boys, then it will be because they've conquered space and they're doing something like, imagine mining in space. Imagine mining for precious.
Have you ever read? Do you know what? For me, I think that there are a lot of pioneers that are around like about 100 years ago. And if you've ever read The Time Machine, H.G. Wells, and what happened in that book, you know, mining on the moon, and it was essentially the end, things like that. I think it's a step too far, personally. Yeah, I do. I think The Time Machine is a moral warning for the world. That particular, if anyone's read that book or, you know, seen the film or anything like that, I feel that it was 100 years ago, or whenever it was written, it was a book written way ahead of its time, and I feel it was a moral warning for the world. I really do.
I think we probably shouldn't touch the moon. We should probably leave the moon exactly as it is.
The moon controls everything. Well, that and the sun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, leave the moon, leave the sun. And well, I mean, we're already screwing. Well, I'm not saying we're screwing Earth, but we've already done a lot of mining and stuff on Earth. But go moon Mars, go bloody mine Mars for me. I don't care. Or some weird asteroids. Probably some asteroids that they'll mine. Do you know what I mean? Like asteroids floating around, and some weird spaceships will lock onto it and start sucking stuff out of it or something. I ain't got a problem with that. Go for it. But I think that'll probably be one of the things that creates the first trillionaire. But honestly, I think with Jeff Bezos, it's a bit like, I don't know. I don't want to slag him off, but like Elon Musk's an innovator, and he kind of pushes the boundaries, and he's doing all this stuff for the first time. And then Richard Branson goes up in his little bit of a plane that's a pretend rocket, and then Jeffy's like, well, I want to do that too. I'm going up in mine.
Jeff has got a serious FOMO.
Yeah, he can't get away from the fact that Jeff's rocket is shaped the same as
Dr. Evil's rocket.
Yeah, it's shaped the same. Yeah, it's shaped the same as a Willy.
It is that opening scene of Austin Powers. When I saw that rocket going up, I could just imagine the people in like the radar rooms and things like that going, "Hey, have you seen that Johnson?" You know
what you said to me now? You were like, did you see his post-launch interview? It was like he was evil. I can't remember what you said, but I found it. And he's like, I'm like,
he just looks like a crazed loon, to be honest.
He's a bit of a PR disaster, but luckily the machine that is Amazon is nothing much to do with him anymore. It's just.
But then Elon Musk is not, much better at speaking in public either, to be fair. They both need some PR representatives that, can talk. I would class him, Donald Trump, and Jeff Bezos as three worst people that should speak for themselves in public, to be perfectly honest. You're just thanking all of the Amazon staff that have to queue up for the toilet.
I think Elon Musk's a legend, so I'm staying out of this debate. But I think Jeff, I don't know. Jeff, every time I see Jeff on TV or whatever, not that to watch TV.
But then, hey, we wouldn't be here without Jeff, would we? So
absolutely, what Jeff's created is leverageable
phenomenal
by all, and you should all be taking advantage of the opportunity that is selling on Amazon. It's huge and getting huger every single year. If you look back at Amazon's sales charts over the last 20 years, it's not like it gets 10% more every year or 20% more every year. It's on an exponential curve. Anybody that don't know what an exponential curve is, it basically does that. And nothing can stay exponential. Nothing can continue to be exponential. At some point, it's going to have to level off or start tailing down. But Amazon's story hasn't. No. It's an exponential curve. So next year, the sales will be way bigger than this year. And this year, the sales will be way bigger than last year, which is why I can confidently state every year it's going to be the best Q4 ever. And you need to be on Amazon to leverage it. July the 27th right now. It's the perfect time to start selling on Amazon if you're not already, because this Q4 is going to be the best Q4 ever. Ignore the naysayers that are going to say no because of this, no because of that. If you're a brand new seller, never sold on Amazon before, now is the exact right time to get involved.
Absolutely. And, you know, what you were saying about the exponential growth is so true, because Amazon are really good with the amount of data that they release to, you know, like Keeper and Bible Pro and all of this, you know, all of the software. So, you know, that's absolutely amazing that we can track these things. And when people say that sales are going through the roof and they're bigger than ever, we've got the actual proof of that, you know, through the data that we look at. And the guys in ESA, again, well, absolutely, I talk about that, and I've been talking about that quite a bit for a long time, because what we actually have proof of in the softwares and the data and everything like that is when you had 2019 before the pandemic, what we experienced during the pandemic is what we call a, you know, I suppose, a glitch in the matrix, essentially. So you're not really looking at that period of time, and you can't really, or you couldn't really base your future predictions on what happened then, because, you know, it spiked. So in the data, what we were expecting to see was 2019, 2020 went like that. What we were expecting to see in 2021 was the figures to return to similar to what they were in 2019. Maybe a slight increase because of obviously the level of increased sellers that had come onto the Amazon platform. But no, we saw growth on 2020 figures, which only proved that Amazon is continuing to grow as we are coming out of this pandemic. You know, and this is happening month on month.
You got to think a lot of people were forced to buy on Amazon for the first time last year when they never would have. Imagine all these Silver Surfers, 75, 80-year-olds are like, I'm never going to buy online. Oh, you? Yeah. And then the grandkids or the kids come around and are like, look, Mom, I can't get you anything. I'm going to have to order you some stuff on Amazon. Like, let me show you how to do it and all that. And okay, Florence. And then that's it. It's like, oh, that's convenient. That's convenient.
Well, yeah, look at the amount of people. What was it? 600,000 people. We're one of them in self-isolation in the last week or 2 weeks. Where do you think they're getting their stuff from? You're not allowed to leave the house.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. We put up a sign on our door that said self-isolation because our postie, bless him, he talks for England. So we just put a sign up to say. leave it up in a couple of weeks when you're not isolating anymore. Just
absolutely.
Steve says Jeff's cock it, lol. Sean Paul Gilbert says Q4 is going to be amazing. And Hayden says, been so busy preparing for Q4 recently, not had time to do anything else. Hitting it hard this year.
It's going to be crazy. Do you know what? The biggest thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this every week between now and the 22nd-ish of December. Oh, actually, that's what I was going to say. For Q4, guys, I did a post about this, I think, this week. I can't remember. But Q4, not only do we think it's going to be the best Q4 ever because of everything that we've talked about, but it's actually the dates for Q4 for Christmas fall lovely this year. One of the best I've ever seen. So what I always like to do is look at the dates, work out, you know, last posting dates and things like that. And actually, we're going to be able to post right up until the 23rd this year, which means because normally, because of where Christmas falls, if it falls on a Monday, you know, you can't post the Saturday and Sunday. It won't get there. And probably your last posting date is around the 20th. So this year, and believe me, guys, when I say this, to have an extra 3 days of selling on Amazon in the run up to Christmas this year. I mean, some of the figures, you know, some of our bundles and things like that, when you get that close to Q4, they sell like 150 a day. So you could be talking like an extra, you know, 5, 10, 15,000 pounds worth of additional revenue that's coming in just because the post dates fall nicely this year.
Amazing. So Nat, just very briefly, no more than 7 words. You're only allowed to use 7 words to answer this question.
Impossible.
No, you've only got 7. You've already used 3. You've already got 7 words to answer this question. You just mentioned selling extra bundles. Where's the best place to learn about bundle selling?
Only in the Elite Sellers Academy.
6 words. Look. So if you're wondering what Nat's on about, what bundles, what, honestly, join the Elite Sellers Academy and you'll find out, because it's where all the hardest hitting, most powerful Amazon selling info is shared. And I think many people can attest to that's in there. Caitlin said, I don't want to miss it. She's Team Musk. Caitlin's Team Musk. I'm Team Musk as well.
I'm Team Musk as well. I'm Team. I don't know who, but not. Well,
I've met Richard Branson. I've not met Richard Branson. He was on stage. He was like, I don't know, from here to the end of the house away, kind of thing. He weren't that far away, but he wasn't the guy I thought he would be.
No,
you know, he's an old guy. Do you know what I mean? He's not running those businesses. He's just an old guy. Yeah, Richard, sit in the chair, Richard. You're going up to space. Yeah, you're in space, Richard. Read that out. Read it out. Bless him.
Oh no.
Jeffy Boy. I know about Jeffy Boy. Luckily, he's got a good team around him. But Elon Musk, for me, I mean, I'm a bit of an Elon Musk fan. But yeah, but I've read some stuff. I've read some not so positive stuff about Elon lately as well. Which
the only thing I know about Elon Musk, and this is what puts me off him, is that he had an affair with Amber Heard while she was married to Johnny Depp, and I'm Team Depp, 100%.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't. Oh, okay. Is that weren't Johnny Depp getting like beat up by his missus or something? What was that?
It was a very odd case. It was a really weird case. And
was that the lady?
Yeah, he was publicly accused by the Sun of being a woman beater, and but she did. I'm not. By the way, he was proven, you know, to be one in the courts.
He was
court of law. Well, he lost his libel case. You know, he lost the libel case. But she just weird. Like, she's just weird. She did weird stuff to him and things like that. And do I believe that he, you know, beat her up? No, I don't think he did. You know, I don't know. People do weird things behind closed doors.
I heard she beat him up.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah.
Oh,
that is it. But then it all turned, and I think they had this big row. She got on a lift or something with a bodyguard, and as that's the day that she said he beat her up, but she was pictured coming out of the lift with nothing on her face. Then the next day, later that day when she went to the police station, she had all black eyes and everything. Like, so a lot of people were saying it was makeup, and yeah.
Oh, I think I've got mixed up. I thought you were saying that he beat her. I don't know. I've mixed up, but it's all right. It's all celeb gossip, and I'm not too interested. Kay says, Matt, are you going to do a video about preparing for Q4, especially for newbies?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, do you know what? Never mind the buy books. You know, once we get past about September, it'll be our main focus, and that's what we'll be focusing on. But definitely, I'll be getting various different, different guests on that we'll be talking about how you can leverage Q4 in your favors from different perspectives and things like that. Because, you know, I'm always the person that says, you know, you should never just listen to one person. You have to listen to people's different perspectives. People do things so differently. What someone might do, another person might not do, but it might be as equally successful. So we will make sure that we bring you the best people to talk about, you know, how to leverage Q4, how to get the best out of it. But yeah, definitely. I think one of the best videos I ever made for Secret Wealth Project, funnily enough, was probably like over a year ago now, probably would have been around this time last year. I would say, was when to start selling advent calendars on on Amazon. So
well, people are selling them now, aren't they?
It's getting close. It's getting close. Yeah. So, but I'm going to do another video based on that, because the old one's still relevant. So if you've got 10 minutes, 20 minutes, one of my videos, then, go back and have a look at it. Because I do think that's definitely such a valuable and still relevant video. But yeah, advent calendars are a big thing to sell, and not just the chalky ones, but there's a wide variety of different advent calendars that you can really kind of leverage. And I know people joke, oh, Q4 advent calendars, and people might think, oh, it's too saturated or anything like that. But it really, really is a fantastic market.
Yeah, they fly. I see another gold nugget there. If anyone's watching thinking we've just talked about Elon Musk, Johnny Depp, Richard Branson, and a load of nonsense tonight, I've identified 2 direct gold nuggets that have come from tonight. Deo's asked, how much is the bundling course, Nat?
Well, because I know a couple of people have said close off ESA to new members.
Yeah, Arminda says close ESA off from new members, please.
It is actually closed. So ESA is actually closed at the moment. We've already done the bundling course. So the bundling course isn't part of ESA anymore. It's actually going to be separate. So what we're going to do, well, it's part of ESA if you're already a member of ESA. But there is going to be a separate opportunity for people to see that. But if you weren't in it at the time, I'm afraid, obviously the people in ESA got the best price and everything like that. So it's very valuable information. I think it is anyway. So we'll have something out for that soon.
Paul Kabner says Matt equals king of plugs. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I've been called a hype man before.
Mr. Hype Man, yeah.
When people call me a salesman, I don't take it as an insult. I take it as quite a compliment, because I'm like, okay, yes, I don't see it as a dirty word. But listen, I've got another plug before we move on. Something that I need to share, which is super important. This Thursday at 8 p.m., so it will be the 29th of July at 8 p.m., Profit Protector Pro's price is going up to new members only at that point. So anybody that's a member now will pay this price forevermore. You get grandfathered in. So whatever price you're paying right now, you pay forever. But on Thursday at 8 p.m., Profit Protector Pro, which is a repricer, different to all the other repricers, they all tank your prices and go after the buy box. Profit Protector Pro grabs the buy box and pushes the prices up using the algorithms. Super unique. It's got an app. It's got a Chrome extension. Loads of world first, innovative, and all of that stuff has to reflect the fact that we're now not, Profit Protector Pro is now not one of the least featured software with an amazing core engine that just does a great job. It's now one of the most featured software. So if you look at the major competitors like BQ, Repricer Express, if you line up their features with our features, we've actually got more features in Profit Protector Pro. And things like them, like BQ, I think they want $100 a month to reprice at less than once every hour or once every 15 minutes or something like that. They're all very restricted and they're all very expensive. So Profit Protector Pro's got more features and it is cheaper than everybody else. It's still going to be cheaper once the price goes up, but the price is going up on Thursday at 8 p.m. Karen's giving it love. She just heard me say Profit Protector Pro. She's like, stop doing
Yeah.
Karen's one of the co-founders. So this Thursday, 8 p.m., if you're not a Profit Protector Pro user, there's some huge features coming, and we're increasing the price before that happens, okay? So not only will you lock in this price, but the new features you'll pay no more for. So everybody after Thursday is going to pay a higher price, and you'll never see it at this price again. So we've kept our word. The sooner you join our stuff, the less you pay, and you pay that price forever more. So that's it. King of Plugs is done plug-in. Back to the programming. Back to you, Nat.
Well, I still remember the day that we launched Profit Protector Pro at the OA Summit, which was back in 2019, which, by the way, guys, we are definitely in 2022 going to be putting together some live in-person events. We haven't done it, and we've decided not to do it this year for obvious reasons. I think, COVID's blooming rife at the moment. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say it. But, people are self-isolating until the world kind of returns back to normal. We've got people now saying that we are coming out of the pandemic. We're seeing the back of it, regardless of what you think. So I think 2022 is going to be pretty safe. We don't do things small here, so we're going to set up some really good event. We're even talking about maybe a couple, maybe a North versus South, or
basically Nat wants it in Bournemouth, which is where she lives. And everybody that comes to these live events wants it where they live. They're like, oh, you should do one in Blackpool, and they live in Blackpool. Oh, you should do one in the Outer Hebrides, because they live in the Outer Hebrides, and that's no different. She wants one in Bournemouth. But you know what? I like the idea of going to the South Coast. So if it was Bournemouth or somewhere near it, I wouldn't be against that. But yeah, maybe we'll do 2 big events next year. That's the current plan. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. See, there we go. Team South, Bournemouth all the way. But yeah, no, the idea is, if we do, well, we're definitely going to do it. We're definitely going to do a minimum of 1. Obviously, we're not going to put out a thing saying where does everyone kind of want to meet up, because we have like 508 different.
They basically say where they live. We've tried that before, and I've done an event in London before, thinking, well, it's central, everybody, and all I got was, why do you have to do it in London? No Londoners came, near enough. Very few Londoners came, and everybody had to travel into London, and everyone moaned about it. So it's like, we've done them in Lincoln, which is my home city, and like, no, they moaned about it, but they still came. So I don't know. You can't win. But Paul's Team South. Peter says event in Northern Ireland, guys. You know what we could do? We might even do like what I would like to do. And again, I'd have to get other people on board, but I'd love to do like a little bit of an in-person tour. So we just do little get-togethers and just do a few around the country. That'd be quite nice. But we'll definitely do a big event. And whether it's central or whether Nat gets away in Bournemouth, we'll see.
I think I've lost the comments for some reason, so I don't know if you can still see them.
Yeah, grab your phone. Donna says Team South, yay.
Yeah. There you go, I told you.
Yeah, Paul says I'm Team South. Donna says love the Profit Protector Pro app. Love that you love it, Donna. Thank you. Nobody moans about the Profit Protector Pro app. It's rock solid, and the same devs that are creating the Profit Protector Pro app are creating Buybot Go, which is going to be the new Buybot Pro mobile app. So we've got quite a few people that have moaned in the past about Buybot Pro mobile. So we thought, you know what, we'll rebuild it for the 5th time. But it's the same app developers that Donna just said she loves the app of, and we get 0 tech issues with that app. They're the same people that are building Buybot Go as we speak, and it looks sexy.
I can't believe no one thought of that name before.
I know. It was one of the team, actually. I said, we need a name. It was on a staff meeting. It was on like a joint Skype call. And I said, look, if one of you guys comes up with a name for a new Buybot Pro mobile app, some other name, I'll give you a Bourneville Easter egg, right? And within, I can't remember if it was dead quick, but somebody, one of our team, one of the devs actually, the PPP devs, suggested a name. And we were like, oh, that's really good. And it was
amazing.
So the next day, it might have been that night. I think it was that night, after the same day as the team thingy, I drove all the way to their house, like an hour or whatever, drove to their house and gave them my Bourneville Easter egg, and they ate it. But yeah, that's the story behind Buybot Go name. It was.
No, it's brilliant. Yeah, like I said, when I saw it, it was like, oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to plug anything else. Yeah, it's a great name. I'm not trying to plug anything else, but we have got another software project coming. And actually, somebody, please don't say it. I know this person was definitely watching this earlier that came up with the name, but somebody that's watching tonight came up with the name for our new software that we're building right now that literally nobody knows about. And please don't say it if you're thinking, I've suggested a name. But that name of that domain that you suggested, we bought it at the time, as you know, and we're building the software. And I can tell you right now, we will give you a free copy of this software for life for coming up with that name. So I
was just going to suggest an egg, but you've thrown in like a whole lifetime supply of software. You should have just given an Easter egg.
An Easter egg. Yeah, I could have given them an egg. No. As far as I'm concerned, they can have the software for free because things like names are so hard to come up with, and it's a really good name.
Oh, ridiculous! I hate coming up with names. So.
It's a really good name. So they don't know they've come up with the name yet, and but they have, and they don't know they're going to get the free software. They don't even know what the software is. But I can tell you right now, they're going to get it free forever. And they have been on this tonight, so I don't know if they're still watching. But
actually, if Karen's watching, I've got a really good suggestion for the IP radar.
Yeah.
Change the name to Buybot No.
No Easter eggs for you, Nat.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Yeah, it's quirky, isn't it? It's quirky.
Yeah. Buybot No. There we go. Right. Okay.
Peter says event in Northern Ireland to see how we can jointly benefit from still being in the EU single market. Yeah. Okay. James says Lincoln all the way, Matt. Nice.
There's got to be something to do with the Northern Irish market. They've got to be able to benefit from their geographical situation somehow. Don't know what it is. We do know that the Amazon. What is the domain for Ireland? What is it? .ie?
Yeah.
Is it .ie? We know that.
.ir, is it .ie? Yeah, .ie.
I'm not.
Someone will tell us. Someone will tell us. What's the domain for the island? We could Google it.
I think so. But Amazon, I had a call with a guy very high up in Amazon a few months ago. And, he confirmed that Amazon platform in Ireland is coming very, very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some point this year. So the platform for Ireland is 100% coming. So I think the people that live in Northern Ireland are going to massively benefit from that geographical location of having a fulfillment center that they can fulfill into the European market. It's going to be amazing. And I think if someone doesn't open a massive prep center in Northern Ireland and take advantage of that, then they are missing a trick.
Absolutely. Howard says, Nat, are you selling in various categories on eBay? I've started selling in beauty and personal care on eBay, but I'm not getting much sales yet. That's probably because you've not got an optimized listing.
Potentially, I'm not sure. So, yes, it is beauty, personal care, grocery, a lot of the similar items, lots of toys, similar items that we're selling on Amazon, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, it's nothing too much different than that we would sell on Amazon. So
Peter has answered the question. Ireland is .ie and Northern Ireland is .co.uk.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, makes sense, obviously. So it's .ie. So yeah, there's going to be a massive opportunity there when Amazon open up that.
Where's the no FBA centers over there now already?
No,
not at all.
Nor the platform, and I think it's everyone in the UK is waiting for that platform to be set up. Because, say for instance, this is how it'll work. Amazon.ie will become part of the global selling marketplace, which means that we should be able to fulfill items into Ireland, not too, and it shouldn't cause too many more issues. There might even be able to sell into some sort of prep center into Northern Ireland and then fulfill into Ireland. I'm not 100% sure how it will work yet, but there's definitely going to be opportunity. And geographically, where we're based, just over the kind of Irish Sea, so it is something that is going to benefit people in the UK, most definitely, but 100% benefit the people in Northern Ireland. 100%.
Mark's just said that would be great if we could get Europe back. Well, it's funny you should say that. Matthew Wright, who's doing a free training next week, is also going to be talking about the new, what is it, iOS?
Yeah, iOS.
iOS. No, it's different in it. And there's two different things that are similar or something.
Yeah, no, there's two different things. I call it iOS, but it is iOSS. But I always stumble on the word, so I call it iOS. But that's exactly the same. But then you've also got OSS, which is the European equivalent of it. So we're not part of Europe. So we're the IOSS.
We got the iOS. Yeah. So Mark next week, Matthew Wright, who is a multiple seven-figure Amazon, eBay, and Shopify seller. He's an e-com. I don't want to say genius because I need to stop short of genius. But he's a good, solid, smart guy that sells a lot on e-com on all the channels, all the main channels. And he is going to be doing some training on that next week. So look out for that announcement that should be this week for the registration link so you can go join it. But he'll be talking about Europe, IOSS, and he'd be talking about, what's that other thing that I said earlier? I can't remember now. He's talking about something else.
eBay fulfillment.
eBay fulfillment, that's the one.
Yeah, cool.
Orange Connects or whatever it's called.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know loads about that, but yeah, we're going to leave that up to Matthew. Now, before we know it, I mean, it's come to 8 o'clock already, but there's one thing I wanted to touch on tonight, because I always think when you come on, it's great because, you know, people that have been around for a while know you as kind of, well, I'm going to call you this mindset Matt a little bit. That's not what anyone's ever called you, but I'm just going to call you that tonight, seeing as I'm coming up with these great names, you know. Yeah, absolutely. What I wanted to talk about a little bit is we're in the depths of the summer now. School holidays have started. Traditionally, this is the quietest time of the year on Amazon. And, you know, if you are someone that's selling the more traditional products on Amazon, then you're probably finding that sales might be a bit slow. Now, I know this is a big mixed bag at the moment.
Yeah,
you know,
big time. Because we asked, didn't we? We asked, and everybody, all you get is people moaning in the groups, but behind the scenes, the ones that are making bank don't say anything. So we asked a question. I think I put a poll up a week or two back saying, how are you doing on Amazon? Expecting doom and gloom and everybody to be like, oh, it's rubbish, it's rubbish. Everyone was like, sales are amazing, sky high. So it's very abnormal for this time of year, really. But sorry, Nat, carry on.
No. And I think, you know, that is testament to what we've been saying about and Amazon's growth and how they're continuing to grow. So I think that's down to that. I think the only thing that people are kind of getting a little bit down about at the moment is obviously the fact that Amazon's full. There's restock limits. There's going to be potential restrictions coming in the future. So I wanted to kind of ask you, and you know, you've been, even though you don't sell, you openly admit this, you don't sell on Amazon yourself anymore, but you used to sell on Amazon. What would you say to people who maybe are experiencing that bit of a downer at the moment? You know, things seem to be stacking up, you know, on these type of things. We've all been there. You know, I feel my life's a bit of a, lemony snicket at the moment, a series of unfortunate events, COVID, daughter having an accident, you know, all these different types of things. How can you let it stop getting on top of you? How can you stop that happening?
How can you stop, like, what, business or life? Business.
Business, definitely. You know, when things are not going your way. And do you know what's really interesting today? I was really shocked about something. This is really relevant. Only happened a few hours ago. I'm not sure if you saw it. And this is not a criticism of her or anything like that. But did you see Simone Biles, who is the Olympic gymnast?
No.
You not know who she is? Greatest gymnast of all time. Yeah. She has innovated gymnastics over the last sort of, you know, Olympics, you know, few Olympics and things like that. Greatest of all time. They talk about her like Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt kind of thing. Today, she had a wobble. She literally had a wobble. She fell apart a little bit live and she quit. Walked off. She quit in the middle of the tournament. And she walked off, and it's the first time her scores were still better than anyone else's, but they weren't perfect for her. She's known for like getting 9s and 10s across the board, and she had a wobble, and she walked off, and she came out later and basically said, I didn't like the way I was performing, so I left. Which I was really shocked about.
I think that shows emotional immaturity. How old is she?
Oh no, she's 20, mid to late 20s, 26, something like that. So, you know, which is really surprised me. And then you've got the contrasting side of it, which was Tom Daley this week, who has not given up and just continued for 16 years before he's got his thing. But yeah, someone said she's 24. Daniel said, yeah, I can't believe she bailed. Terrible joke. Everyone thought she'd injured herself. But yeah, she come out, and it's not a criticism, because I'll tell you what, the amount of pressure that's been put on that woman is unbelievable. But she literally just came out and said, no, I didn't like it, so I walked off. Now, I don't think that's a great example, I've got to be honest. But obviously she felt, yeah, like I said, it's pretty relevant. There's been a lot of changes on Amazon, a lot of changes that affected people negatively as such, or feels that it's affected negatively. So now is the time where people are in that dip in the Amazon roller coaster and people want to get off. This is the time when we see the highest level of people that quit. just before Q4. When we had the prep center, August was the highest cancellation rate, 100%. And we could never understand it because it was always just before
Q4.
Things were going to kick off. So what can we say to people to help encourage them and show them there is light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, the obvious answer, first of all, is don't quit. And you've heard me say it a million times before. Like, you only lose when you quit in business. That's the beauty of it. Like, you don't get knocked out the game. Like, you can take knock after knock after knock after knock. Everything can go wrong for you time and time again. You don't get anywhere. You only have to win once, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can fail 100 times. If you start from zero and fail 100 times, you're still where you was. You might have wasted some time, but you've learned a bunch of lessons on the way. So you only really get knocked out of the game when you quit. So the answer is don't quit for a start, and just keep at it. And what people don't understand is, look, things aren't a straight line upwards in business. They're just not. Your business can do spectacularly well. Like, it can be doing that, and then all of a sudden it does this, and that's part of it, you know. Or it can do this, and then all of a sudden it does that. And you've seen those images probably online when people have shared motivational images, whereby people looking in at successful people, they don't see the hard work, they don't see all the toils and the trouble, and they think that it's a direct journey from start to finish up here, and then it's just a straight line. And it's like, start there, did really well, finish there, great. But it isn't like that. It's that picture that you see that does this, and it's all over the place. And when it's doing this down here, you could quit and you're out of the game, and then you never get there. But if you just keep at it, be willing to learn, be willing to pivot, be open-minded, try new things, test stuff constantly. Don't assume the same thing that worked before will always work. Be willing to adapt your processes, to tweak your approach, pivot when you have to. And eventually, if you don't give up, you'll get there. Now, if you quit, you might as well just go get a job. But honestly, if you're going to quit now and you're into I don't know whether to quit, I don't know whether to, don't let me convince you to carry on, because when I'm not here to say this to you next week, you're going to quit anyway. So honestly, if you're going to quit, stop wasting your time, go back to work, go get your job, whatever, give up on your dreams. And I know that sounds terrible, or pull your big boy pants up or your big girl pants up, give yourself a nice wedgie, get yourself together and say, I am going to make this work. Like, I'm a big believer of burning the bridges behind you. So like, when I started doing some of the businesses that I do now, I closed a bunch of my old businesses. I didn't sell them. I didn't give them away. And yeah, it was probably stupid looking back, but I burnt my bridges. I said, I don't want to be part of that business anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to mess around selling it or whatever. I'm just going to close it down. So burnt it. Boom. So which direction can I go at that point when I've burnt my bridges and burnt some of my income streams? That way. So like, ultimately, don't give up. Don't ever quit. Keep going. Expect you're going to have to pivot. Expect you're going to have to learn to change and adapt. And if you think that your current knowledge will still be applicable next year, year after, without any tweaks in your approach or what you're doing, then you are mistaken. You're going to have to learn some new stuff. You're going to have to make those pivots. And again, King of Plugs is going to say, look, that's why Elite Sellers Academy is so excellent, because Nat gives you that stuff. You don't have to think about it. When things aren't working so well, you can be part of Elite Sellers Academy and Nat just spoon feeds them. Yeah. And it's like, wow, this stuff works, and it works loads better than everything else that everyone else is talking about. So ultimately, keep learning, keep pivoting, never quit. I'd say laser focus, but laser focus until you've got something outsourced, automated, delegated, whatever, and then start building additional income streams. Invest when you can. Done.
Well, I think we need to get Matt on for 5 minutes every week just to give the weekly motivational kind of pep talk, because if that didn't pep you up, I don't know what it is. What was Alison says, lost my mojo recently. I had a chat with her and, we talked a few things out, and, I just don't want to see people quitting at this time of the year. And, if
this is a time to quit, this is a time to start, not quit.
I'll tell you what, if you are going to quit, I do completely agree. It's like there's nothing wrong with quitting, I don't think. If you can quit completely. What you can't do in this scenario is you can't quit and then still say members of groups like this and still see what everyone else is doing, because you're only going to get FOMO, you're only going to kick yourself, and it's going to send you down even further. So if you are going to quit, if Amazon is not for you, it's not for everyone. We're not sat here saying that every single person that starts selling on Amazon becomes a millionaire with the Lamborghini. They don't. You know, we're the first people to say that 100%. What we always say is, and I still believe this to be true today, that Amazon arbitrage is one of the best online businesses to start if you've never had a business before, or if you're running a different type of business. I've got a client who I write listings for who just sold on eBay, funnily enough. 6-figure business, sold on eBay, never sold on Amazon because they couldn't get past the account verification. So we helped them out with that, and they sell and have started to sell now on Amazon, and their mind is blown, you know, compared to what they were selling on eBay, which was a very successful business. But obviously you go onto Amazon, people do it the other way around. People come from Amazon, you know, eBay to Amazon. So, it's kind of blown people's mind. But yeah, like I said, it's one of the easiest ways to start a business online. It's not the easiest business to run. Again, I want to clarify that. Some people say, oh, it's not easy. No, it's not.
No business is easy, though, is it? Even the easy businesses come with the difficulties.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I don't want people to do, do you know what? If you're going to quit in January or quit in February after you've got a big chunk of money.
Yeah, honestly, now is the worst time to quit ever. It's the time when most people want to quit, because summer's usually rubbish in every business, apart from like probably, I don't know, holiday businesses and things that really leverage summer.
Yeah.
Like most businesses see a bit of a crappy period in summer. Most people are going to want to quit when it's crappy. But it's like these people that buy stocks and shares when they're up and sell them when they're down and then go do it all over again. It's like, no, buy them when they're down, when no one wants them, and then they go up. This is the time to get into Amazon, not off of Amazon. This is the time whereby it's as crap as it's ever going to be. Like literally, it ain't going to get no crapper than right now. And honestly, if you look in the groups, if you scratch beneath the surface, you'll actually see experienced sellers. Even though there's some moaning going on, you'll see experienced sellers like, doing all right. Like, this is good. Like, there's a lot of people saying we're doing really well, but they're not shouting from the rooftops about it because they're just getting on with it. They're getting on with the business, and there's nothing wrong with that. But no, this is the time to start Amazon. This is the perfect time for newbies to start Amazon, because ultimately you are going to have to jump through a few hoops at first before you get like unfettered access to the marketplace. But by Q4, you should have that. So now is the time to get off the fence and get started. And if you're struggling, understand, you've been doing it a while, you're struggling, understand that you're just around the corner. You might be one nugget of knowledge from Nat in the Elite Sellers Academy, or one tweak or one pivot, one little change in your business, or just a little bit of time away from things just going to the moon. So just accept it's not a straight line. It's not from here to here. That ain't business. If you want straight lines, get a job, and it's just like this forevermore till you die. Hopefully you get 1 or 3% pay rise and it does this, but ultimately that's it. You want that life, go for it. But if you want potential for this life, accept it don't come like that. It does this.
Yeah.
But eventually you keep at it, you get there.
Yeah. And, Peter's made a really good point here. He said, I've got 50% off sale on 1,600 plus items over 6 months old, still profitable items, and my summer profit has increased. So there we go. Another, thing for eBay. But more importantly, he's added there, I know summer dip, so try different things. And that's exactly right. And this does work both on Amazon and off Amazon as well, and utilizing different platforms, for different types of selling. When I first started selling on Amazon, it was pretty much toys. We sold nothing but toys for the first 2 years, didn't sell anything else. And obviously toys in Q4 were absolutely manic. Now that we know more about Amazon, how it works, what it likes, what ticks, what keeps the customers going and things like that now. And again, I put another post maybe last week in Secret Wealth Project that highlighted now, because we know so much about Amazon, you have to be like if you want to be an Amazon arbitrage seller, you have to think like a retailer. Now, that's the best analogy that I can use that describes being a traditional arbitrage seller. Is when everyone else is thinking about summer, you need to be thinking about winter. When everyone else is thinking about spring, you need to be thinking about autumn. Retailers buy 6 months, 3 to 6 months in advance of the season that they are. So one good tip that I gave in that post was whenever you see those stock lines changing in the store, that's when you need to change your hustle on Amazon. So in about 2 weeks' time, when are we now?
July 27th.
2 to 4 weeks' time, mark my words, 2 weeks, you'll start seeing the Christmas cards pop into the stores. That is when you need to start thinking about Q4. In January, that's when you see the Easter eggs going in. You thinking about Easter eggs in March? Yeah, you're going to sell some in March, but you're too late. People are still selling them beforehand. So watch the shops, guys. That's a major...
Woo! Third gold nugget of tonight. I know we're just chatting these things, but if you listen well, I've heard 3 real good gold nuggets tonight.
But yeah, watch the shops. So whenever you see that change, that is when you need to start thinking about, you need to start buying, because by the time the cycle comes round, it would have been sold out. 2 to 4 weeks time, that's when all your advent calendars and the wholesalers and things like that will start appearing. In 6 to 8 weeks time, they'll all be sold out.
There you go. So don't quit. Stick at it. You're only a few weeks away from starting to buy the good stock for the good times, which is Q4. And mark my words, this Q4 will be the best Q4 ever. I say it every year, and I'm right every year. I've not been wrong yet, even though this time of year, most people are naysaying. It's not too bad in the groups at the minute. I tell you what, it's pretty good, to be fair. But I tell you what the biggest problem is now, and this is not an OA thing. I think this is a wider market thing. I think people are too comfortable at the minute. I think the problem with 2021 is people are too comfortable.
Did you know? I'll tell you what. Someone told me this. This would never have even crossed my mind. You know, Matt and I are self-employed. We both run our own businesses and things like that. Have done so for years. But someone told me today, because we're both self-isolating, we can both get a £500 payment each for self-isolating, right? Now, I haven't looked into it, so before anyone says, oh, no, you can't because of this or whatever, but someone sent me a link and said, oh, I heard your self-isolating. Do you know about this? And I was like, no, I did not know about that. But 500 quid each. We work from home.
Maybe I'll download the app after all. Ping, I'll be running around, I'll be driving around. You look a bit ill. Ping, ping, yes.
Do you want me to lick an envelope and send it to you?
Yeah. Ping, ping, ping. I'll be getting some ping money. Now, I think people, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. That's nuts. But I think people are too comfortable. I think people have got a lot of free money. There's a lot of nonsense going around. And I think that people are just comfortable, furloughed or working from home or whatever. And the life is just easy street in their mind. We surveyed in the group whether you've enjoyed the last 18 months or it sucked. I expected the vast majority to say it sucks because I don't like my freedoms taken away from me. It was the total opposite. People were like, we love it. It's great. It's like, what? You love it. You love having your freedom taken away. But it's because I'm a business owner. I work from home anyway. I can do what I want when I want. So I've got those freedoms built into my life. So what I felt was freedoms taken away. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to the restaurant. I can't go out without a mask. So I felt my life get worse. Whereas they hate their lives normally, working for the man, you know, doing some crappy job, crappy long hours, not seeing the kids, not seeing the family, not being able to do what they want when they want. So the government's saying, oh, go sit at home, we'll pay you for doing nothing. They're like, dream come true, they're partying. And I think there is a little bit of lag of that. I think there's too many people that are too comfortable right now, but the comfort is going to come to an end. So now's the time, like I say, give yourself a wedgie, pull them big boy pants and big girl.
Well, I'll tell you, September is going to be interesting because that is when furlough payments stop. So it will be interesting to see, what the reactions are to certain things. But I think you're absolutely right. I was having this conversation with a friend just yesterday about the whole COVID thing. Matt and I went to a party with 60 people there on Saturday night, and Matt wasn't ill. At any point, we would not go to a party if one of us felt ill at the moment. Obviously, Matt didn't feel ill, and then Sunday morning started to feel ill. Got a COVID test. His symptoms were like really COVID-y, and literally tested positive the next day. And then of this group, like everyone started to get pinged. Like it came up in a WhatsApp group. They were like, "Oh, I've just been pinged. And me and Matt were like, "Shit, it's us." Yeah, it's us. And Matt was like, "Right, don't put anything on Facebook, or anything like that. Don't tell anyone it was us." And I said, "Look, it's rife at the moment. The pings are going off everywhere." So I said, "Look," I said, "Oh, sorry, guys. I think it was us." Held my hands up, explained that we wouldn't deliberately do it. Of course we wouldn't. I live with a vulnerable person at the end of the day. That's not Matt, by the way. But I live, I wouldn't never put anyone in that position, obviously. But yeah, we put up to it. And then I told my friend about that, and she said, "Well, why don't people just delete the app?" And I said, "Well, if you think about it, if you're in a job that you hate, if you are,
you want to go home, yeah. You want to go.
You're not going to mind self-isolating for 10 days, 2 weeks off work. If I was in a crappy job that I didn't like, I'd have the app on 100%.
My message to anybody that would rather be pinged by an app and told to go home than work their job is you need to be selling on Amazon or eBay or starting your own online business more than most people do. Because if you hate your life that much, you would rather be confined to your own home. And I would suggest that you need to really look at what you do for a living, because a good chunk of your life will be working. And if you hate it that much, then you've got a bigger reason than most to start a business.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Kamsi's joined us on YouTube, said, "Finally able to catch a live." Jesus, we won't be. Well, we're here for another few minutes. So, yeah, good that you've managed to join us and got us live. Cindy says, "Like the sun for Lee Ka-ching." I think that was the whole ping thing. But then Steve, GJ says, which, like I said, I just saw the link. I didn't click into it. I didn't read it or anything like that. I doubt you'd qualify because it's a support payment or anything. If that's the case, boo. But I will have a look into it. But yeah, if we don't qualify, we don't qualify.
I was going to say it'd be a bit crap if you did qualify. It'd be a bit of a waste of money. It's not like you exactly need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I just sort of like, if they're dishing it out, I'll take it, obviously.
Yeah. You're going to pay it back in taxes, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what I'm a believer in. We pay enough in taxes. So at the end of the day,
if you're legit
entitled to it, if we're not, 100%. What else going to say? Peter says, "Government printing press made us kick the cost of COVID down the road. We are not yet paying the bill or feeling the pain. Like a night out that will cause a killer hangover tomorrow. The COVID hangover will hurt."
Well, it's the cynic in me. I'm not going to go down that road. In fact, I probably won't. I'll just briefly tickle a little bit of it. But the cynic in me says that the economy was going to do what it's going to do anyway. It was ready. It's overcooked. It's been for a long time. All the experts know it. It's all ridiculous. It's asset bubbles everywhere. But wouldn't it be a nice thing to be able to blame COVID for the mismanagement of the economy worldwide for all these decades? That's all I'll say.
On that bombshell. I won't. We could go down to a very, very. Are you ever going to do like a podcast about this sort of stuff, Matt? Do you think? Because I know how much you're into it, and I know how much. I didn't know until I met you actually how much people are into this. Because you know me, I'm quite like I'm not a non-believer or anything like that, but I'm quite naive to it all. I don't listen. I don't want to go too much into this because I know social media is not the place to share it for a million reasons. But I do believe that COVID is a thing. I'm not a non-believer either, but I also
believe that I can't tell you what else I believe because we'll get us into trouble and we don't want to get into trouble. And I don't mean somebody's going to come and kick my door in. I just mean that, honestly, it's just not worth it. These social media companies, I can't say anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you've got a few people I know that would definitely be interested in listening to, what you've got to say on that. So if you ever
I uploaded it to Secret Wealth Project YouTube channel today, and I entitled it "The Great Reset." So
that's what I saw, but that's what I didn't think you went live in this group.
I don't know if I did or not, but I put it up on the Secret Wealth Project YouTube channel anyway. So I speak in a few riddles, but I do share some of mildly what I think. But I've got very strong opinions on this. I am 100% sure I'm correct. I don't know everything about every facet of it, but I know more than the vast majority of people do, and they are sleepwalking is all I'll say. But that's all I can say.
Oh, if you do, let me come up with the name, because clearly I'm really good at naming stuff. Obviously. There we go. Oh, it was live in this group. I stand corrected, Kay said. Okay, Sean's always spamming the likes. If they're like, he's normally spamming the loves. What's going on? Podcast. I think people are up it. So Kamsi said, sorry if you've answered this before, but what are your views on OARA, wholesale and private label? Are some more realistic than others in your view? Do you want to start that, or because I know?
I will, because I think I'll disagree with what you say.
Yeah, we'll not disagree. I think we've both got different.
Yeah. So I started in private label, but when I talk about private label, I don't think it's the same private label as what Nat usually talks about. But my private label is the silicon spatula. Put your logo on it. Even if you do it at a better level than that, and send them into Amazon, give a load away, blah, 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 play for a few ads and you're off to the moon. That stuff doesn't work. So when I talk about private label is garbage, and I often say it, that's the private label I'm talking about. I'm talking about the stuff that most of the gurus used to teach. Probably some still are teaching it, but it's oversaturated. It doesn't work anymore. And that's the private label that I often bash. Now, the private label that Nat talks about is different. It's more modern. It's more up to date. But when I say private label, that's the stuff I talk about. So that stuff, and I can't speak for the stuff that Nat does. I know that how successful Nat is at doing what she's doing, but I can only speak for what I've done, and that stuff is garbage. It doesn't work anymore. So I've done that. Now, RA, retail arbitrage, typically people seem to say there's more profit, but there's also more work. So like when you got to go around scanning things, you got to put stuff in your car and stuff like that. You can't have it as a hands-off business. You're going to do a lot of prepping. But the upside is if you plot your route, you get a van, fill it all up, do like 10 B&Ms all in one go or whatever. There's some real good money to be made if you're willing to put the time and effort and work in. So RA is a great starting point. It's high profit, but it's high intensive labor. OA is nicer if you want to automate and delegate the business model. So if you want to have it hands off, I know people that started 2-3 years ago, they've never prepped a single item. They wouldn't know how to. They've never touched a single item. They wouldn't know how to. Any returns they've sent back to the prep center or whatever, they've never touched it. So as a hands-off laptop lifestyle business, no prepping, no running around, no doing anything with boxes, no shipping, online arbitrage, utilizing FBA can be a real nice laptop lifestyle business. Slightly less profit if you do it the vanilla way, the old school vanilla way, buy low, sell high. Slightly less profit than if you do it in the more advanced ways that Nat teaches in Elite Sellers Academy. So that's my thoughts on them. Now, wholesale is great if you've got genuine, legitimate wholesale accounts, but they're not always easy to get. So proper wholesalers aren't easily found by a quick Google search, and then they don't openly and quickly set up an account really easily either. So you've got to jump through a few hoops to get a decent wholesaler. But if you can get them, then they are super, super duper cool. But again, harder to find. So a lot more work up front, but if you can get them, boom, you're off to the races. So that's my overall thoughts on each business model. I think OA is a great starting point, and I would suggest most people start first with OA and move into more advanced OA things that Nat teaches, then tickle a little bit of RA if you're feeling brave and don't mind going out and getting stared at with or without your mask on or whatever. Maybe you tickle a bit of RA if it suits. wholesale down the line, and then maybe that style of private label, or if you want to call it unique bundling or whatever you want to call it, all that stuff to finish off almost. There's my thoughts. Nat, what do you reckon?
Well, yeah, I don't really have much more to add apart from Kamsi, you obviously sound like maybe you're just starting out. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I would say, especially at the time we are right now, if you ask me this question at different points in the year, you'll generally get, a different answer, to be perfectly honest. But where we're sat right now and the period that we're just about to go into, for me, it's an OA and RA start, 100%. I know that you've mentioned about wholesale. If you learn how to source manually and you learn how to source well, and you look at the different types of manual sourcing techniques that you can take on, then what you can do is you will accidentally come across some good wholesalers as well. So it's kind of incorporating, that OA/wholesale. But, I don't really think there is a right and a wrong, to be perfectly honest. Throughout this whole 12-month period, we would have sold every single one of those types of, models of selling on Amazon. We would have sold RA, we would have sold OA, we would have sold my style of unique bundling, we would have sold wholesale. And of course, now we do have a traditional private label product as well. So we have sold all of those different areas, and they're all equally good and equally, can have their cons for the same reason. I would not. I've been selling on Amazon for, 6 years now, with a bit of a break in, after about 3 years, 3 or 4 years, something like that. Now, I wouldn't have even dreamt of selling private label before now, but people do it different ways. Some people go into that. My personal recommendation is to go in through arbitrage route, online and retail arbitrage, because I think it gives you the most exposure to everything that you need to know of selling on Amazon to move into unique bundling and private labeling at a later stage. If you do it the other way around, coming in from private label, there's not a lot of aspects that you get exposed to compared to online and retail arbitrage. If you were to go in and ask a straight private labeler some of the conversations that we have about the different ways of sourcing and how you prep items and why an item gets split and hazardous goods and all of these different things, they don't have a clue. So I feel that you are better prepared to have a more successful, well-rounded business, because again, I'm not going to say, yes, only do unique bundles or only do private label or only do.
The beauty of it is you can do it all, can't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I think if you start in private label, you're more likely to lose your shirt, regardless of style of how you do it. You're more likely to lose your shirt if you're starting out in it.
If you are a new seller, unless you have a very good mentor who is selling millions and millions of dollars or millions of pounds, that is so up to date with the current techniques, unless you have got that, and to be perfectly honest, if you're not paying anything less than about 10 grand for that, then it's probably not worth it, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm trying to say.
I think we're roughly on the same page now. I think we both agree private label can work. It's not an easy starting point, and I think more people lose in private label than win, even though they don't admit that. And there are some big winners in private label. You can really make it work, but it's not easy. It's not straightforward. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's much more chance of failure and losing money at it.
Oh, it's the understanding of, the advertising, and the advertising is a really big thing, because you can have all this software that tells you exactly what to buy, and you can spot this amazing, what you think is a gap in the market, but only to realize that you've looked at it from one way and not looked at it from another way, and that's the way that you need to look at it at. But unfortunately, that's massively saturated. So, and if you need to appear on this side of it, it's going to cost you, what your profit is per click in order to compete with this side to even get anywhere near it. And I know that might sound a little bit bamboozly or a bit jargony, but the dream does get sold on private label quite a lot, because why doesn't it sound amazing?
I think if you get private label right, there's a chance you could make millions in it.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think there's a less than 1% chance that that's going to be you. So 99 people are going to fail at it or just make okay money, whereas it'll only be that one person out of 100 or maybe 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000 that really hits it out the park. But we tend to focus on those people. Whereas with OA and RA, everybody that does it will make money. You might not make millions, but everybody that does it and sticks with it will make money if they do it right. And it is a lot easier to get it right, but you're unlikely to become a gazillionaire from it. But
yeah, I say use OA, RA, and a bit of wholesale to build the foundation of your business, but make sure you build it solidly. One of the biggest things that I talk to people about is, people that want to scale their business. They want to take things to the next level. Maybe they want to look at unique bundling or something like that. But I will always say to them, right, you need to look at your existing business, because what you can't do is try and build a business on a shaky foundation, because what will happen is you might be building something really good on top of it, but if you are continually filling that leaky bucket, then it's just going to look like overall it's a bad business. So you need to do that first of all. And a good year, I would say, within the arbitrage world, it doesn't mean that you have to be doing it a year. I'm just saying that will give you more than enough exposure to Amazon, because I'll tell you what, people are sometimes really shocked how Amazon deal with things as well. And again, arbitrage is one of those really great opportunities that will give you the exposure to Amazon, how they deal with things, how you deal with Seller Central, how you deal with your inventory, how you deal with sending goods in, how you deal with lost inventory. There's pretty much nothing apart from deep diving on advertising and brand registry and things like that. There's not a lot that selling arbitrage doesn't cover. Well, I think it's the best route in. For sure.
It's the best route in. OA is the best route in. Wholesale, you're going to hit roadblock after roadblock, and it's something for down the line. RA could work. OA is the way in. Expand to RA, tickle at wholesale, and then maybe private label down the line. I would say most people do that.
Wholesale's great. You don't need millions for wholesale. You'll see people out there saying you need thousands and thousands and thousands. No, it's about leveraging relationships, and people do things differently. Sean, that's on here tonight, we all love Sean, but I tell you what, Sean he's a real character, but he has got an amazing business. He does things differently to everyone else. And this is the other big tip I'll give you, Kanzi, is, don't look at someone else and think, oh, I'd have to do exactly what they do. The Amazon model, it allows you to do things and test and do what works for you. We said this earlier, what might work for you might not work for the next person, purely because different mindset, it's the way that you implement it or something like that.
Plus, sorry, Nat, you've got to be willing to pivot and change as well. Look at the high volume sellers that have just been wiped out by the restock limits and stuff. There's high volume sellers making lots of sales and very small margins that are now having to pivot and change the model.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got to be willing to.
Yeah, most of them will, kind of say that. I suppose the only thing that really does work in their favor is, the restocks and things like that does favor fast selling. So it will eventually come back for those sellers, but they've got to adapt. It doesn't mean that model is dead or anything. So I know that there are people that are still making really good money, but there's this chunk period of time where they have to adapt during that period of time in order what's coming. What I do personally think about the restocks, actually, guys, I'll talk about this a little bit more next week. But what I do think is that restocks is going to be a thing in Q4. There's no doubt about it. But I was thinking about it today, actually. And I was thinking, as it's something that is so fast moving and it adapts on a weekly basis, when the sell through starts to increase and the higher volume of sales, which we know increase, up to 5 to 8 times during the Q4 period, maybe actually restocks might not be too bad in Q4, because they are dependent on sell-through rates. Sell-through increases during Q4. So actually, when we get into the depths of Q4 that maybe people might be a little bit scared about from the restocks point of view, it might not be that bad. Wait and see.
I think everything's going to work itself out. Everything's going to be better, but if you quit because first sign of trouble, then you're out the game, aren't you? But it all goes round. So high volume sellers are winning, and then low volume sellers, new sellers can be winning, and then merchant fulfilled sellers can be winning, and then FBA, and it's how it is.
Yeah.
It all changes.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are going to be adapting this year, especially looking at the eBay model, self-fulfillment. I know Sean mentioned seller fulfilled Prime earlier. I'm not a big fan of seller fulfilled Prime. I think Amazon holds you too much over a barrel on that one. For me, the best routes are still fulfilled by merchant and fulfilled by Amazon. But I have never sold anything seller fulfilled Prime, so I can't attest to that. You know, we might try a bit over Q4 and see what happens. But, you know, I think the fact that you've got to offer, you know, 6 day a week shipping, you've got to offer Saturday shipping and things like that. I think that does turn quite a lot of people off. So, you know, for that style of business, especially if you've got a family and you do stuff at the weekend and things like that.
Before we wrap this up, can I just let everybody know again about Profit Protector Pro? The price is going up on Thursday. The price is going up at Boot. The price is going up on Thursday at 8 p.m. And yeah, it'll never be this price again. So you get grandfathered in. So if you're a Profit Protector Pro customer, you'll pay the price you pay now forevermore, as long as you're a customer. But on Thursday, the prices are going up. So don't delay. If you're thinking about getting involved in Profit Protector Pro before the big new features come out, even though it's just had an app out, it's got a Chrome extension, it's got custom strategies are released, automations are released, loads of news, really some, I can't say this. I won't say it. I almost gave it up.
Do it.
No, I can't. I almost did.
Come on, there's nearly 50 people watching this live, and you've got to give them
an extra level.
Thank you, as a thank you for staying to the end.
Okay, all right. Everybody already knows that algorithms already use narrow artificial intelligence, for want of a better word. They use algorithms. Okay. Well, we've got an extra level of artificial intelligence coming to Profit Protector Pro in the very near future. That is game changing. As far as I'm aware, nobody else does it in the world. And when you see this stuff, you're going to be like, how did Profit Protector Pro come from where it was 2 years ago, when it was that ugly, clunky software, to where it is now, which is one of the most feature-packed, innovative solutions in the world? How did it get here so quickly? And when you see this level of artificial intelligence that goes in, I can't tell you exactly what it's going to do. It's not algorithm.
Karen's clocked you.
Yeah, she's seen it. She heard Profit Protector Pro. She's loving it. But when you see that go in, game changer. So you can lock the price in. Price you pay now is the price you pay forever. But you can lock that price in. It's saying live video interrupted. I don't know.
It still carries on. It just means that you get the comments. Just carry on. I don't know what it is. It's some glitch. Just carry on.
Well, yeah, Thursday, 8 p.m., the prices are going up. But you can lock the price in now. You'll pay this price forevermore. And you won't ever pay an increased price. But the price for new people after Thursday, they will. But you get grandfathered in. So I just wanted to share that. But other than that, go on, Nat. What do you want to say?
I was just going to say, wow. Yeah, that sounds amazing. So is the price going up is connected? Is it?
It is and it isn't. It's not going to tie directly into release date of the couple of new big features we're working on, but they are getting close now. So we figure we've got to do it at some point. All the competition have put their prices up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big time.
And it's in line with inflation. Everything's going up at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we've always run at pretty much break even. Everything we make from Profit Protector Pro, we put back in to make it the best software it can be. But like these new changes are huge. They're going to take things next level. Again, innovative, and the competition. Not only are they more expensive than us, they're actually an inferior product, and you can see that in the features. So when something says 15-minute repricing, well, Profit Protector Pro is in real time. When they say rules-based and you've not got algorithms, or you've only got algorithms for 10 products, so you can only apply your algorithms to 10 products. Well, that's because that's cheaper for them, but we give you everything algorithmic and it's continuous repricing, so it's in real time. So like we're selling a better product for a lot less, and we're still going to be cheaper even when we put our prices up, but like it makes no sense for us. So our prices will go up again after Thursday, but this is the cheapest you'll ever see them, and they're never going to come cheaper. So they're never going to be lowered back down to what they're at now, you'll never see this price again.
And
yeah,
we'll increase the price again.
The price is going to get increased again after Thursday. Yeah.
But that will, I mean, again in the future, it's going to continue to go up.
Yeah. As we add more features, we're still way underpriced. Even after Thursday, we're still way underpriced in comparison to our competitors. So there are competitors that are cheaper, don't get me wrong, but they're inferior products. The competitors that we are competing with, so the Repricer Express and BQL of the world, we've got more features, more innovative features. We're more powerful than they are, but we're still cheaper even with our price increase on Thursday. But that's no reason to delay it. Just because we're still cheaper than the competition, you still want to lock it in now, because why would you not? Profit Protector Pro literally pays for itself. Like Isfan posted a screenshot. I think he made 18 grand over and above what everybody else would have made with their reprices using our algorithms. And Profit Protector Pro is able to kind of track that. It has to do a little bit of guesstimations and stuff, but we're able to relatively accurately track that. And he's 18 grand more using Profit Protector Pro than if he'd used something else without our algorithms in it. So that's not 18 grand profit. That's 18 grand more profit than he'd made by using somebody else with an equal kind of technology repricer. So honestly, it pays for itself many times over. It's a no-brainer, and the price is going up Thursday. That's all I want to say.
I think, and this is God's honest truth, that when it comes to repricers at this level in terms of arbitrage, wholesale, there is nothing that touches Profit Protector Pro. It's so innovative. It's such intuitive software. It's very simple, but at the same time, don't let that simplicity fool you. It is so powerful. And there are so many people that will attest to that and how it's changed their businesses. And, it's something that's constantly, I know, was it a couple of months ago or something like that? So one person said to you, oh, I feel it's running a bit slow or something at the moment. And you spent like 50 grand or something upgrading.
Yeah, was it 24 grand or 50 grand or something? We just went, okay, right, let's fix it then. We dropped another 24 grand or 50 grand or something on expanding the I can't remember if it was the database or the server capacity, but we basically just went, all right, we'll take the hit. And we took the hit. But that's what my point is. Other people are more expensive because they're making a profit. We just pile everything back in. So our server bill just for Profit Protector Pro, 6 figures a year. 6 figures a year just over to Jeffy Boy to power our software. That's not the dev cost. That's not staff costs or support costs or anything else like that. It's just server bill. So we literally reinvest everything. So it's like you're getting a free repricer in a way, because it makes you money and we don't really make any profit at it. We kind of just, at the minute, for the moment, we're just building the best product possible. But we're getting real close now. Now we're starting to go, well, our competitors that have been around for over a decade don't have this. Our other competitor that's been around for 13 years doesn't have that. It's like we're more feature-packed than them. But the thing is, we're not taking a foot off the gas. So it's not like we're done and you treat it as a cash cow for the next 5 years or 10 years. We're just going to keep feet to the floor, keep pushing features, keep expanding its capabilities. And you guys get to benefit from that by locking in the price. At this price, you'll never pay a penny more.
Amazing. You heard it here.
Well, yeah, thanks for that, Matt. Thanks for the nice feedback. Anyway, that's nice.
No, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I think, when it comes to repricing on Amazon, Profit Protector Pro stands head and shoulders above anyone else, in that particular market. And that's my honest thoughts on
Can
that.
I read out a couple of comments? I know we're pushing a long one tonight, Nat. I think you must.
I know. Well, we might as well wrap it up at night. I'm going to read through some of the comments.
In a minute, but let me read this one out from John Stevenson. So, John Stevenson is the guy that when I got into doing OA, we're talking years ago. I started doing OA in America, and I reached out to a prep center guy in America who said, yeah, there's somebody in Britain that does OA in America. And I know John doesn't do it now because he got suspended in America and all that stuff, which sucks. And we're not going to focus on that. But John Stevenson is the most experienced OAer I've ever known. He literally was the guy that I think we spoke before I even started OA or something like that. But John says, if you only subscribe to 2 pieces of software, it has to be Buybot Pro and Profit Protector Pro, essential for anyone selling on Amazon. When that's coming out of John Stevenson's mouth, who is literally the most experienced OAer, I won't say the oldest OAer, John, but he's been doing it longer than anybody I know. When he says that, you've got to stand up and listen. But I appreciate those kind words, John, and that sentiment. BuyBot Pro and Profit Protector Pro, most essential piece of software for him. And Alison says, I have all your softwares. Bless her. Peter says, legendary. Right.
100%. I know. It's amazing. And
a bunch of superstars.
The fact that you and Karen are so accessible as well, that's what I love about it, is the fact that anybody can reach out to you. Anyone can tag, Beck, Holly, Karen, yourself in a comment. If there's an issue, you guys are the first ones to admit, things happen from time to time, obviously. If there's an issue, you can reach out to any one of the team and, they will respond to you, and get things sorted as quickly as possible. But in the Profit Protector
Pro group, we've not just got us. Sorry,
yeah.
Go on.
No,
we've got Kaylee. No, we've got Kaylee. We've got Kaylee in there. We've got Emmanuel in there. We've got Anna in there. We've got Beck in there. We've got Holly in there. We've got Karen in there. We've got me in there. We've got Chris in there that covers evening for the US clients. 8 people that are accessible for our software right there. And unless I forgot somebody, there's 8 people. That's not devs. That's just people that you can contact for support and stuff. And we do listen. We are accessible. So absolutely not.
100%. Yeah, Alison said, love the fact you guys are all reachable. Love it. Cindy says, I love that you can ask for a feature. And they're like, oh, good idea. Let's add it. Absolutely. Peter says, legendary. Oh, by the way, we did miss some comments there. I think Peter was very keen about the other stuff in a group, in a WhatsApp group, and even prepared to pay for it, he said.
What stuff? Sorry, Peter. It's hard. It's easy to miss these. About
the Great Reset kind of stuff.
Okay.
That we were talking about previously.
I am pretty obsessed with this stuff right now. So I would love to share more, but I don't know about a paid WhatsApp group. I don't know what I could offer in there that I would expect.
I think you just love talking about it, don't you?
I do love talking about it. It's just hard to talk about it on these platforms. That's all. So I'd love to talk about it, but I have to talk in riddles and stuff. And arguably Telegram would be the place to do it rather than WhatsApp. But I'll talk about it some more. I'm enjoying the social media. I'm enjoying showing my face again. I'm gonna be a lot more accessible to you guys from a social media point of view, just because I fancy it. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll probably talk more about it. If you want that, Peter, I'll talk more about it.
Definitely. Sean says, I'll show you the receipts later, Nat. One of my big, because Sean actually utilizes a lot of RA relationships, builds relationships with managers, something that people have kind of forgotten about. That was kind of old school when we first started out, but Sean's really managed to build some really good relationships and, get access to stuff. Absolute legend.
You should follow Sean on Instagram. I don't go on Instagram on a weekly basis, never mind a daily basis, but when I do, I always make sure I catch Sean's Instagram stories because I've not seen one in a while. Like I said, I've not been on Instagram for a while, but they are legendary. He's bloody driving down in his van with his mixed CDs on, Augie, and stuff. Have you ever watched them now?
Yes.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it that you get a personal shout out whenever. I log on just to get a shout out. It's great. Love it. Right. Mark has said, any experience of using ShipStation for merchant fulfilled? Now, I've not used it personally, Mark, but I do believe it to be one of the best integration softwares, for working between, for self-fulfillment, for working between the different platforms. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I can't offer personal recommendation. Like I said, I've not done it myself. But yeah, I've heard nothing, and I've dealt with some really big 7-figure sellers that do use ShipStation and are very happy with it. So absolutely give it a go. If you're going to use one of those integration softwares, I think that's definitely one of the best ones to try for sure. And then Kamsi says, whose course would you recommend to watch and learn OA right now? Well, if you can wait just a little bit longer, I will be bringing out a brand new free course.
When? Part 1, when? Let's get it, guys. Let's get nailed down on a time. Let's see if she lets us down. When are we saying that for part 1?
2 weeks.
What date's that?
Oh, I'm not. Well, actually, 2 weeks. It's my birthday on Friday. It's a big one. 21 again, obviously. 21. I know. Can't believe it. Don't look a day over 18. But it's my birthday in self-isolation, by the way. I know. Party cancelled. The lot. All over. Sat at home doing nothing but making OA videos, so it seems. Yeah. But yeah, no, we're gonna I'd allowed some time this week to do stuff with the family for my birthday, but obviously that's not going to happen too much now. But yeah, if I can get it out in parts, then it's all written, it's all done. Part of me thinking, oh, maybe I should just do it live. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, Nat, yeah, you'd love that even more. If you prefer,
I don't really like doing recorded videos.
Oh, Nat, do it live. Do it live. Live, right? Everybody say live in the chat. Live. Oh, Nat.
But then it is one of those things that does. It's OA is when you're starting out. It's such a point and do thing that really does suit videos.
You might have to record a few videos, like what me and Karen do on our trainings when we do BuyBot Pro or Profit Protector Pro trainings. We record the screen. We screen record stuff, and then you can play it. So you can add it in. You can inject it in. So you could talk with most of the content over the slides, and then inject videos when you need to. So you could just pre-prepare the videos, little short 2-minute ones. That could work a nice little hybrid approach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll definitely do the first. There is, whatever way I do it, there is 100% going to be a live element to it. So I've already pre-planned for that. So there is going to be a live, because I think the thing is, course, I'm not a big fan of courses, to be perfectly honest, and we've talked about this before. I think they go out of date really quickly. I hate people looking at my information 2 years later and thinking that's what I think or whatever, and things might have changed so much since then. That was the core of the reason why I created the Elite Sellers Academy, because me, we built a course together with my advanced arbitrage course, and it was very successful and everyone loved it and things like that. And then, it came to a time where we wanted to re-release it again. And I was like, well, it's too out of date for me. And it was only literally like 9 months old or whatever. That's how quickly things move in Amazon. So for me, having that outlet to be able to deliver live information was just, phenomenal for me. But yeah, I'll have a think about it. So yeah, there was live. I love live stuff, and this is most people sort of like prefer the recorded stuff because they're not confident in what. No, sorry, that's wrong. No, I didn't mean to say that.
I know what you mean.
Because they're scared of saying the wrong thing. I mean, I say the wrong thing all the time. I hold my hands up if I don't know something. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. But I think when you know a certain amount about a topic, you can talk about it off the cuff kind of thing.
I've got a great idea. Get Matt to do the pre-recorded videos and then you deliver it all live, and then it's like you and Matt doing it. Matt's all COVIDed up anyway. Like, he could do the bits you don't enjoy doing. You could do
that. He will hate doing that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and by the way, it's his fault that obviously all my birthday and everything got cancelled, because he's like the super spreader.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why he's put sorry on there. But yeah, okay, we will do something, and I will have something very, very soon for you guys, because
keep bugging her, guys. She said 2 weeks. Older to account.
I actually did think about, the best time to coincide actually doing it is when the kids go back, but I don't want to wait that long. I want to get it out before then anyway.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, I think even the intermediate sellers, maybe even there's probably be some nuggets even for the advanced sellers, but even the intermediate sellers will kind of learn a lot from it. But beginners, I
don't want to confuse anyone. This is not what I teach, and there will be nothing that even crosses over between ESA and this stuff. It's completely beginner focused. But if you have been selling on Amazon, I would say anytime probably in the last year, maybe there will be stuff that's worth watching on that as well.
Yeah. Okay, right. It's 2 hours now. we've been back on for long enough. Thanks so much, everybody, for your time and attention. We appreciate it as always. Thanks for everybody that's commented, liked, loved it, and joined in, or just watched from start to finish or dipped in. And thanks to everybody that's watched the replay as well. We do appreciate you massively. We know that you could be doing other stuff. It's summer. I know that it's hot. It's hot here. You could be doing anything, and you chose to spend it with us. So don't think we don't appreciate that. We do. You guys are the real deal. You are the core audience. You are the warriors, the secret wealth crew. I don't know. You the champions for us. So we just want you to know we massively appreciate you. And I've really enjoyed it, Nat. Thanks for inviting me on.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for coming. Kamsi, it will be in the Secret Wealth Project YouTube channel and the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group. So if you are just watching on YouTube and you haven't joined the Facebook group, find us on Facebook as well. And that's where we put all of our updates and things like that. But we'll obviously talk about it here as well. And we'll have links and that when it's released anyway. So, but yeah, we absolutely, as Matt said, just reiterating, we 100% appreciate you. I will be back 7 o'clock next Tuesday. I think I'm back with Luke. Then I've got a couple of surprise guests for a few weeks after that. You know, some people that run some good businesses to do with Amazon that can be really, you know, kind of, yeah, offering some good support during the Q4 period. So I'm going to talk to different people from that point of view. But yeah, absolutely. We will be keeping it fresh, keeping it relevant, and keeping everything relatable for the upcoming Q4. But yeah, absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been about a bit of a marathon tonight, but I haven't got anything better to do, so it's fine.
No, me neither. Apart from Apex Legends on PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
I'm really probably going to do that now.
No, absolutely. But take care, guys. Stay safe. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks all.
He's gone. Bye.